If you study for an hour but only 20 minutes are truly focused, do you think it's worth it? Or why do you study for 3 hours a day but still you are not making any progress? I tested the 90-minute deep learning method for 7 days, and to be honest, it completely changed the way I learn. Hey, I'm Vivienne. I'm a French language teacher and UX design learner, and I've always been obsessed with finding the most efficient way to learn, so I decided to test it the scientific-backed learning method 90 minutes deep learning cycle hosted by neuroscientist Andrew Huberman. So today in this video, I'm going to show you the science behind 90-minute deep learning, my real 7-day experiment and results, and the 4 most effective focus strategies. Let's get started. If you ever struggle to focus while learning or working, actually it's not your fault because your brain naturally takes time to enter a deep focus state. Huberman explains that our brain follows ultradian rhythms, natural 90-minute focus cycle. This suggests that while techniques like the Pomodoro method can be a great way to get started, longer uninterrupted work sessions might be more effective for deep concentration. Let's think of it in a real-life example. You're watching a movie and someone just pauses every 25 minutes and makes you walk around like 5 minutes. Can you be really immersed in that story? Maybe not. So the same thing happened with focus when we interrupted ourselves so often. I used to do study in the afternoon or evening after teaching, but by then I was already mentally drained and it was difficult. I was clocking in hours at my desk, but retaining very little. It felt like passive studying rather than making real progress. To fully test this method, I restructured my day. Instead of starting when I was tired, I moved my morning workout to the evening and used my freshest hours for deep learning, and starting for 90 minutes from 6 a.m. The first few days were definitely hard, especially the first 10 to 15 minutes each morning. My brain resisted, and after 90 minutes of deep work, I did feel mentally tired. But once I found my rhythm, 2 things changed. Time started to pass really fast, focus got much deeper, much quicker. And after that 20-minute break, I feel this sense of achievement because before even I started to walk, I had already finished the most important learning task of the day. Don't waste the first 10 minutes deciding what to study. Imagine sitting down to study. Instead of diving in directly, you are just scrambling to find your materials or figuring out where you left off or just deciding what to work on. And this is a huge waste of energy. Instead, I started planning everything the night before. I prepared my Notion page, set up my study space, and list out exactly what I'll do the next day. This reduces decision fatigue. Our brain has really limited amount of mental energy. The less you waste on unnecessary decision and the more you can just use for actual studying. I started using breathing exercises before studying, and it completely changed my focus time. Before, I would sit down and take like 10 or even 15 minutes to get the right mindset. But right now, I just take 5 minutes pre-focus routine. It's very simple. I take a few deep breaths, put on my noise-canceling headphones, and play the same 40 Hz gamma wave music every time I study. It's just like a warm-up before workout. Your body knows what's coming next, so it transitions very smoothly into action. And if you prime your brain before deep work, and you can just enter to deep focus mode very fast. We all have all kind of random thoughts. Something like, should I cook later? Or did I reply to the email? Before, I used to just fight these thoughts. I've tried to force myself to ignore them, but they just kept coming back. And now I use something called mental parking lot. Right before I sit down to study, I take a minute to jot down all the random thoughts in my head. Things I'm worried about, ideas, to-dos. Once they are in motion, I feel lighter and more focused. It's like telling my brain, don't worry, we'll come back to this later. As productivity coach David Allen says, your brain is for having ideas, not holding them. And that is the whole point of GTD system. Get thoughts out of your head and your brain can focus on doing, not remembering. And psychology backs this up too, thanks to something called psychognitive effort. Your brain hates open loops, so when a task is unfinished, it keeps pumping up until you write down and park it. Last strategies, I discovered that 40 Hz gamma waves really help me to concentrate better. Actually, I think music isn't just the background noise, it can actually train your brain to focus. The pure 40 Hz gamma waves worked best for me. So if you want to enter deep focus faster, maybe you can try this method. Study in 90-minute cycle, use pre-focus, gradual like breathing exercises, and clear distraction with mental dump list. And lastly, maybe you can just listen to the 40 Hz gamma waves while studying or working to boost your concentration. I highly recommend you to just test it for yourself. And have you ever tried other learning methods, techniques, and what's your favorite learning method? Comment below and I will read every single one.